It's like those news anchors sat in the studio. Well, today I have with me travel influencer Sarah Song, and she's going to share with us her tips on packing and what kind of luggage you should take, how you pack your bags, and why you have 6 pieces of luggage.
First of all, I'm not just a travel influencer.
I'm so sorry.
I'm a TV presenter slash former pageant queen slash wife of actor slash mum of Damon slash YouTuber slash... What were we saying?
Let me ask you, Sarah. Why did you bring 6 suitcases on this trip?
Well, technically I didn't bring 6 suitcases. We, as a family, did. Mainly Damon stuff. So that's why we're filming this vlog. We're going to explain why we have excessive luggage on this trip. Usually,
when Sarah and I travel, we bring 1 medium-sized piece of luggage and carry-on. The medium size we kind of share, kind of 70–80% Sarah stuff, and the little hand carriers.
We've been over this topic,
but
it's not 80% my stuff.
It is. The carry-on is usually sometimes camera equipment, the computer, sometimes that goes in my bag, my backpack. So between the 2 of us, we have 1.5 pieces of luggage.
Yeah.
This time to Koh Samui, we've brought 6 pieces.
Suitcases.
So here we've got a box of distilled water from Watson's. The reason why we brought our own water was it's Damon's first time away from Hong Kong. It's his first time to any other country, so we're worried that, you know, we've been advised by our family doctor that if we bring our own water, it's probably the safest. There'd be a smaller chance that he would get an upset tummy from the local water here. So being the anxious parents that we are, the trouble of buying 12 bottles of Watson's water, no trouble at all.
Actually, we're not the first ones to do this. I have friends that travel with their young babies around foreign countries in Southeast Asia. They would bring their own water as well, just to be on the safe side.
And also because Damon was sick last week with a tummy bug, so anything to rule out the chance of further stomach upsets. It's not a big deal at all. It's water. It's about 15–20 k's of water, but nonetheless, it's just water. Besides the water, we have 6 pieces of luggage. Where do we start? Let's start with this baby here. This guy I brought on the plane to carry our rice cooker and also a portable kettle. So these things I didn't check into the cargo because worry that it might get bashed about. If the rice cooker and the kettle that we bring over to Thailand is broken, then it's pointless. So they went into this carry-on here.
This carry-on actually fits quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the baby monitor was also in here.
Oh yeah, basically all the electrical goods for Damon, for us, went in here. And
also our first aid bag for Damon went in here as well.
His medicine bag.
Because we also thought if any of our luggage was missing, it would be most important if we had his first aid kit with us. He came up with this arrangement, which I agreed with, because yes, if anything was broken, it would defeat the purpose of bringing the whole box of water over.
There's a saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And in this basket, we had an additional set of nappy and spare clothes for Damon. What we had initially intended to do was have our helper bring all his clothes, all his nappies in one bag. But then having thought about it and having rethought our strategy, I think it works best if I have a set, Sarah has a set, and our help has a set. If he poos his pants, whoever's closest to him, then you can just pull it out of the hand carry, or my backpack, or her backpack. That's the best way to do it.
So it's pretty much like a little nappy change kit. So in the little bag we had 2 nappies, and we had a liner so we could lay him anywhere, and then we had a spare change of clothes and some tissue. So it was like a little kit, and I strongly suggest if you're traveling with a baby, it's ideal to pack this little kit instead of rummaging through everything trying to find the different items. And Damon happened to poop on the way to the hotel in the van.
Yeah.
So it really helped because we had that little bag. We just dug it out and then we just changed his nappy really quickly. Yeah.
I think it's good that you have those 3 sets of clothes. Here we are in the corridor with Damon's first piece of luggage. I have no idea what's inside.
This particular luggage had Damon's nappies, formula, some of his food, and some clothes.
So noisy. As we previously said, we had 1 can of formula in 2 different pieces of luggage, so in case one of the pieces of luggage went missing, we'd still have food for Damon. So in this suitcase there was 1 can of formula. We've got detergent for his bottles, for his clothes, because we've been here for about 5 days, and we've been washing his clothes as we've had a good time here.
We also had some pre-made baby food just in case. So we had maybe like 7 or 8 packets of them. His probiotics, stuff to wipe his bum, placemat because he likes to touch all sorts of stuff now on the table. It's nice to have a placemat so we can just wipe the placemat clean. We have some snacks, and we also had his clothes. So what we did was we halved his clothes and put a bag in each suitcase.
Once again, in case one of the pieces went missing, we'd still have clothes for him to wear. And since we're beginning to pack our stuff on the return trip, we've got these lovely little bibs at the hotel here at the Conrad Koh Samui, little present for Damon. They're so pretty and they're super soft.
Cute designs too. You can use them as like muslin cloths too.
So this is Damon's second suitcase. Inside we have an assortment of beach towels, massive blankets, in case, I don't know, I think we're just super anxious. So these were apparently to cover if there were carpets on the floor so that Damon could crawl around dust and mite free. Sounds a bit OTT, but nonetheless we came here well prepared.
Yeah, we didn't actually have to use it because all the floors here are like floorboards or marble. We also had extra muslin cloths.
Blankets.
Yeah. In case we needed to line anything. And a good packing tip is we put all of Damon's stuff in pillowcases in case if like there was a bottle of cream or like something burst and got all his clothes dirty or wet, there was something to kind of protect it. And then when he had dirty clothes and if we had no time to wash it, we could put it back into the pillowcases to take it back home. So we have a couple of very ugly pillowcases in here.
Not really, they're quite nice. They're friends and Astro Girl.
Yeah. After we arrived at the hotel, we pretty much moved all his clothes into 1 suitcase. So when we were looking for his stuff, it'd be all in the same suitcase. And I love how the suitcase kind of opens like this, like a lid. So we can kind of rummage in this big compartment here.
Travel chest.
Yeah.
That opens at the top. Of all the suitcases now, I prefer using this one actually because it's easy to lift up and
it's
to
expandable.
Pack. It extends about 3 or 4 inches. And those 4 inches are quite precious when you're overpacking.
That happens a lot when you travel because you always end up with more stuff going home. I don't know why.
I think we have overpacked because there are items of clothing here that I don't think is touched at all. No?
Yeah, we
like
were
blankets,
just really
even
well prepared.
Moved a lot of stuff over just in case. I guess for future reference, it's always good to be safe and to have
well
more.
Prepared, yeah. Another reason why we didn't get to use this is because the hotel here is really clean. Even for you, for your OCD standards, you're happy not to use this towel and this thing to cover everything up. But let's say if we're traveling to another place and it just so happens the hotel wasn't so clean, we always have a backup. And I think you'll have a peace of mind.
We've been using the hotel blankets and the towels for Damon even, so he has his own towels, but I'm quite happy to let him use the hotel stuff because the hotel is of quite a high standard.
Yeah, and we go through a lot of freaking towels, a lot of towels. After he swims, after he baths.
So after he goes to the beach.
Crazy load of towels.
Yeah, we're well prepared. It's better to be prepared than to turn up with stuff that you've forgotten.
So this little packet here is kind of like a insect repellent bracelet strap. And apparently it's natural and odor free. I still think it smells, but it's a pleasant smell. And it's baby friendly. We have it just for Damon in case. There's a lot of mozzies around.
No mosquitoes, please.
Yeah. Another thing that I forgot to mention, we also brought along Damon's bedding from Hong Kong. It was recommended by his sleep therapist because when your baby travels to a foreign place and he's in a different bed, it's nice to have the bedding that he has from home because he's
familiar.
Yeah, familiar with the smell.
Scent.
Yeah.
So we brought over bedding and his little sleeping blankies, toys from his cot in Hong Kong. So
and also his swaddle.
Yeah, his swaddle, his sleeping bag. So we brought over a couple of those unwashed. They're not particularly smelly or dirty. It's just to ease him into an unfamiliar surrounding.
Yeah, and
the cot is very different actually here. The cot here is a different height. The mattress is different. So were he to be tucked into some completely unfamiliar bed with unfamiliar sheets, it might have been a little more difficult to lay him down for sleep. But it's been okay. The first night he was very tired, so having gotten off the flight and travelled a whole day over here to Thailand, I think he slept fairly well that first evening, and the rest of these couple of days have been okay.
Yeah, so that's a really good tip for parents.
Definitely.
Yeah, always bring something familiar for the child when they sleep.
I'm thinking, is it too much? Are we too anxious? But anything to make things easier. It's not a big deal, really.
Imagine if he didn't sleep well for like 3-4 nights. We wouldn't be getting much of a holiday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think trying to help him acclimatise to this hotel, to this place we call home for a week, is really important.
I don't think it's a big hassle. I don't think it's over the top. I think it's necessary, to be honest.
Do it. That brings us to my suitcase. Previous trips, I've shared a suitcase with Sarah. In this trip, I decided to use my own because I can bring more stuff. In the suitcase, I have an assortment of wet wipes, tissues, cables for charging my computer, my camera, all sorts of stuff.
There's so much crap in here. What is this?
Well, that's hand sanitizer. I brought over masking tape.
What's the masking tape for?
To tape my mouth shut.
No.
Well, masking tape,
charges,
duct tape. But in this suitcase, I also carried some of Damon's books and his toys. Besides my clothes, this bigger suitcase was as much for Damon as for me. So in effect, Damon's got 2.5, 3 suitcases. That's the truth, Mum.
He didn't really use that much space in the suitcase.
There are 4 books and...
Oh, we brought over his little sleeping toy, the owl that makes white noises. Yeah. I think it's necessary, yeah. We just brought the whole freaking Hong Kong over.
I think having your own suitcase means freedom to do what you want. What do I mean? You'll see in about 30 seconds time.
Separate our territories.
Yes, because Sarah has her own very individual style when it comes to packing.
Yeah.
So having, on occasion, shared a piece of luggage, I think this time she can do it her way and I can just ignore it.
Yeah, I think that's how we best work in terms of traveling. Just you take care of your own luggage and I'll take care of mine. I actually have a very systematic method because I picked this suitcase because it opens up like, you know, half the suitcase opens up. So what I normally do is dirty clothes one half, clean clothes the other half, right? But now it's like our 6th day, so basically all the clothes are practically nearly dirty.
Yeah, so the whole suitcase is messy and dirty.
Yeah, but then we're going to take it back to Hong Kong, it's all going to be washed.
And the suitcase too.
No, and then you wipe the suitcase. Because you make me wipe the suitcase every time. So also, I don't really have that much stuff. You put your keyboard in here as well as a tripod. You were like, oh, don't pack so much stuff, I'm going to put my keyboard in there.
Well, I'm carrying Damon's toys and his books in mine, so it's only fair that you carry some of my stuff for me.
Yeah, it's fine, I don't mind. The suitcase is big enough, but yeah. It looks messy now because I've just rummaged through everything and I had to hide some of my personal items.
It looks messy now because she's quite naturally messy.
And I brought like 5 pairs of shoes.
And quite naturally messy.
I think we've filmed just about the whole hotel room now. So we were upstairs, downstairs, in our room, and now we're in the bathtub.
We didn't really film the whole villa because the villa's actually a bit messy right now as we're packing and we're about to leave.
Yeah. Oh, I've had a good 5 days here. I don't want to go home.
I hate packing. Absolutely hate packing.
Those 6 suitcases.
But I think packing to go home is a lot easier because you just stuff everything in.
Yeah, actually. It's much more straightforward.
Yeah.
All I have to do is to remove all the stuff that belongs to us back into the suitcases and off we go back home. When we came over, I think it literally took us 3 days. We've got 2 days left here, so...
Actually took a lot of planning as well. So I had to buy all sorts of stuff like a couple of weeks ahead, like the rice cooker, the kettle, also like floaties, this inflatable bathtub for Damon. So I actually had to think ahead to see what I need.
Packing for home is simply, just taking everything back.
Yeah, just chuck everything in.
Quite straightforward.
Yeah.
Sarah's got this really silly idea. She reckons next time we should challenge ourselves to bring less luggage. I don't mind bringing less luggage if we can, but why not bring more?
You know, travelling light is actually a skill.
It is. But
so,
I'm happy to bring everything, even the kitchen sink if I have to.
You know, Jason's normally a really light traveller, and he hates it when we go on holidays and I bring a lot of crap. Yeah, I'm like, I need to bring an extra set of clothes, I want to take some nice pictures, and he's like, he literally brings like 3 t-shirts and 1 pair of shoes. And I'm like, why don't you bring an extra pair of shoes? And then he's like, no, I don't want to bring so much stuff. And this time, he's like, anything for Damon. I'll take everything for Damon. His standards.
See ya!